Hi guys, Rachel here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be a fun video. This is going to be a video about mermaids, mermaid decks in particular. So as I was a little girl, I always had a love, a fascination, an obsession, if you want to call it that, for mermaids. And I have a mermaid snow globe collection that I have acquired since I was a little girl. I had little figurines, books. I have a lot of mermaid books that I still have in my collection. And the obsession, the interest, the love for mermaids never went away. It subsided a little bit as I've gotten older, but I have always been fascinated by the whole mythical stories behind the mermaids and just the way that they look in different cultures. And I just, as weird as it sounds, I've always told myself since I was a little girl that I was a mermaid in some faraway land one time ago, long time ago. And it's just something that I truly believe. So mermaids just play a very sentimental role in my life, part of my childhood, and probably gonna be in my life for the whole rest of my life. Let's put it that way. So I thought it would be a fun video to show you guys my mermaid decks. I don't have very many. I don't think there are very many mermaid themed decks out there in the world. I know that there's a new one that came out like last year and I don't have it, but I do plan on getting it just for the sake of having another mermaid deck in the collection. But I do want to show you guys what I have. And I thought it would be kind of a fun video to put out there, especially as we are seeing the season is changing into spring, and obviously with the spring comes the warmer weather, and then we go into summer, and summer is like beach weather, and I just feel like this is a perfect video. So let's talk mermaids. Get a cup of coffee, a snack, get comfortable. Let's talk Mermaid Tarot and Oracle decks. So I have 6 decks total that I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to show them to you in the order that I acquired them. So let's start with my first one. This is the Tarot of Mermaids. Now the Tarot of Mermaids was one of the first tarot decks that I purchased that was not Rider-Waite when I was really fresh in learning the tarot, and I wanted a mermaid deck. That was like the thing. I had to have a mermaid deck, and so the Tarot of Mermaids was literally the first one that popped up in my search. And I think I ordered this copy off of Amazon. It's a Lo Scarabeo deck, and so the card backs are they're kind of like in a bluish green kind of a color. They're kind of hard to see. I will say I like this deck, but I don't like this deck. I like it because obviously it's mermaids. The colors are beautiful. The artwork is beautiful, but I don't like this deck because of the borders. I feel like the borders and the titles and it's like small font with the borders, and I just feel like it's unnecessary space that could have been used for the image itself. So that's like one thing that I don't like about this deck is the borders are just too much, and it takes away from this gorgeous picture. The images of the mermaids, you know, we have nudity. Obviously you can't have mermaids without nudity. I mean, it's just a given. But they're really pretty. The majority of the images do follow very lightly a Rider-Waite theme, but it's still definitely not Rider-Waite. So very different. I will say that this deck has not received a lot of love from me. You would think that I would pull this deck out more often because it's mermaids, but I just don't. And I don't know if it's because of the images, like I just can't get into the artwork because of the borders. I don't know what it is. So I do have a hard time connecting with this one. So that is the Mermaid Tarot. It's a nice size deck, okay? Like a typical Rider-Waite size standard tarot deck, and it's really easy to shuffle. The cardstock is really thin, but it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's just not one that I gravitate to all the time, so. But it is a fun one to work with. So that is the Tarot of Mermaids. I don't know if this is still available. I'm assuming it is. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen it much around. People don't really use this one that often. Like at least the people I follow on Instagram, I never see pictures of the Mermaid Tarot pop up. So I don't know. I don't know how popular it is. Okay. This next deck is really, really sweet, and it's really special to me. So this is the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle. This deck actually was the first Oracle deck that I ever owned. It's good old Doreen Virtue's deck. I think I got this one even before I bought the Psychic Tarot, which, as you guys know, the Psychic Tarot, which I read it as an Oracle. The Psychic Tarot is actually like my favorite Oracle deck out there, and this is literally the first Oracle deck in my collection. So that's why this one plays a really special, it's just near and dear to my heart. So it's created by Doreen Virtue, and it has a little guidebook that I honestly never use. I never use the guidebook because I just get so much from the cards themselves. So this is the card backs, and each card has a little phrase, a little word here at the top, and then you have like a little quote just to kind of spark that intuition. So this one says, dream big, let go of small thoughts about yourself, see yourself succeeding. So this deck is really, really sweet. It's a good self-care, self-love kind of a deck. It's a good deck to just kind of check in with yourself, with like where you're at in your journey. I wouldn't use this for like future readings. This isn't the kind of deck that I would feel would be good for that. I feel like this is like a good check-in deck. If you're checking in with yourself and your energy. I love this picture. The rest, and you have like the little baby mermaid. It says, you've been working hard, take a nap and get some rest. Isn't that so sweet? So the thing about Doreen Virtue decks is they could be really cheesy, but I have found, I don't know if it's because this is like one of her older ones. This one is not cheesy. Like, it has really soft tone to it, and it has like really like self-care and nurturing kind of a feel. And I just want to show you, like, some of the cards are yellow, some of them are green and blue. But I don't find this one to be cheesy at all. I think it's really sweet. So I like to pull cards for myself with this one. Like, I love this one, Tranquility. This one says, make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. I love it. So anytime a deck tells me that I need self-care, I love it. This one, I think, yeah, this one came out in 2002. That was a while ago, you guys. It's so sweet. Like, this was one of her older ones. 2003, I'm sorry. Copyright 2003. So yeah, that was just that. 2003 was the year before I graduated. That's kind of funny. Anyways, so that's the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle. Now, because Doreen Virtue is no longer selling her deck, she's no longer doing the tarot thing, she's not part of this community anymore. These decks, I don't know if they're out of print completely. I don't know what's going on with them, but if you can snag one, if you're like totally into mermaids and stuff, I say snag it. Like, regardless of how you feel about Doreen Virtue, I just think that like this is just one of those treasures. And I almost wish that I had a second copy of this one because I love it so much, but at least I have one, so that one will always be near and dear to my heart. Okay, so this next Oracle deck is like, oh, it's probably my favorite out of all of these decks. is the Oracle of Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish. This is the mermaid deck. So out of all of the ones that I'm going to show you guys today, I love them all for what they are and like the differences, the different images of the mermaids and stuff. But if you're thinking of a mermaid deck, this one is probably it. It's probably the most real you could get to mermaids as you can. The guidebook is very, very good. It's really juicy. I have used it a few times. I don't have the box for this deck because I keep it in a deck bag. So this was a deck bag that I bought from Baba Studios a while back. This one is like one of their, they no longer sell it in their shop, basically, like it's gone. So I was so happy I was able to pick up one before it was like out of print, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know. But I did a little deck mod to this deck. So this is the card backs. The cards were originally a lot bigger. They had bigger borders. I don't remember if they were white borders or not. It's been so long, but this was one of the first decks that I deck modded where I trimmed all of the borders. So, so you just have the luscious images of the cards. And then I also like added little hints of like glitter polish on my cards to give them like a shimmer. So it's been loved. I use this deck every year, usually the summertime. But the reason why I think it's just the mermaid deck is the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. So it comes just like that. It has like a wordage and it has like a little, you know, just enough to give your intuition something to go off of. But the images are breathtaking. Like they are so beautiful. And it's just one of those decks that if you love and appreciate mermaids, you'll find this one absolutely gorgeous. So I can honestly say, look at how precious this is. You have a baby mermaid in a little egg. Oh my God. So, I can honestly say this is my favorite mermaid deck that I own. And probably the best one that I've seen out there in the whole time that I've owned mermaid decks. Like I haven't seen one that has given me the same feelings. This is just it for me. So if you guys know of any other ones that I don't mention in this video, please comment below and tell me because I am always looking for more. But I am telling you this one is just it for me. Look at this one. This is called Adrift. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I think that these cards are just beautiful. If you've never seen it, you need to get it. It's so gorgeous. And do the deck mod, like take the borders off because the cards themselves are still really big. But you really just get a closer look at that image when you take those borders off. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this one. Oh my God. So I'm just telling you guys, like, this one's Sanctuary. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Oh, look. Lemuria returns like she's pregnant. A pregnant mermaid. So, absolutely gorgeous. So, probably my favorite of the whole batch that I have. So, the Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish, in case you're looking for it. That one you gotta have. Okay, so these are my more modern mermaid decks, the more new ones in my collection. This one is called Mermaids and Dolphins and Magical Creatures of the Sea by Gillian Kemp. This one was a random find. I want to say I was doing an eBay search and this one popped up. I had never seen this one before. And then I was at my local Barnes & Noble and they actually had it. So it's kind of funny because sometimes, oh, and the box opens like this, sideways. So that's the only thing I don't like about it is the box. When you open it, the cards fall out if this doesn't stay put. So when I like put it in my drawer, I always have to lay it flat. Otherwise, it's a really cute and sturdy box. It has a nice guidebook. Okay, so you get a nice colored guidebook there. And I think it gives you little stories too, like about the mermaids, the legends and stuff. But oh, it tells you there's like spreads in here. It's just really cute. So It's a fun little read, but you get like a nice little blurb for each of the cards. Now, I love this one simply because there's more whales in it. Now, as you guys know, whales are my favorite animal. It's my spirit guide. Whales are just my thing. This one, oops, the Oracle of Mermaids, this one has a couple whales in it. The Tarot of Mermaids does not have whales as far as I'm concerned. And then Magical Mermaids and Dolphins has more dolphins. I believe there's like orcas in this one, but this deck has whales. And so that's why I really appreciate this one for that aspect. So this is the card back. So you have beautiful little shells. It's a really soft, dainty, pastel-y kind of a deck too. So it's real pretty. The one thing I will say is the cardstock is really thin and flimsy, and it's kind of sharp. Like, I gave myself a paper cut when I first shuffled the deck. So whenever I take it out, I'm really like nervous about it because it did cut me. Like, it gave me a paper cut. So it's the way that the cards were cut. So I don't know if that was just an error and it's just this deck or what, but it cut me up when I first had it. So anyways, this is the images of the cards. They're, you know, they're very different in artwork from the other decks that I have. The thing about this one is, again, you have large borders on it, but they're actually really cute. So you have the fishes, and it's like you get that oval kind of a porthole kind of a view. There's one whale, there's a little orca. Here's another whale, the sperm whale, which you never see in cards, so it's kind of cute. But yeah, so I don't mind these borders. I think these are kind of cute. Kind of goes with the theme of the deck. And I do really like the way the mermaids are drawn in this one. They're very, oh, here's my little baby, my humpback whale. I like the way that they draw the mermaids in this one. I think they're just, they kind of look more vintage to me, if that makes any sense. So really, really, really cute deck. And you just get a lot of different sea life. So you don't just get mermaids, but you also get the whales, you get fish, dolphins. Look at this. This is like what I'm talking about, like vintage type of mermaid. So this is the old man of the sea. Plan, relax, and flow with the tide. But look at the way they draw his tail, how it's like real circular like this. Like that to me is more of a vintage kind of a drawing, a vintage version of a male mermaid, merman, but a vintage version of it. When you are into mermaids, you'll see, like, I don't know what it is about me. Like, I have an obsession with the way that they're drawn. So I really like the way they draw the tails and stuff. And the one tail version of a mermaid that I can't stand is like the Little Mermaid, the Disney's version. I feel like those are just so boring. But I really love like the more vintage mermaid where like the tails are real like circular and stuff, kind of similar, and or when it's like the double tail like the Starbucks mermaid. So yeah. So yeah, I really love it. But this is why I like this deck, because look, you get the gray whale, you get all these different whales. Super cute. So if you guys are looking for a really cute, friendly, fun little deck that has not just mermaids, but it also has like other sea life, this is a really cute one. So this is the Mermaids and Dolphins and Magical Creatures of the Sea. Really like this deck. Okay, let me just put this one back without cutting my hands. Okay, all right. Next is the Oceanic Wild Oracle. This is an indie deck created by Tiffany Sosa. She's actually boho and indiewild.com. She's the creator of the Vagabond Tarot and some other decks that came out. So this is her creation and it's digital art. I remember when she first was coming out with this, I saw that she was doing the mermaids and I followed that whole I followed the whole creation of this deck so hard because I was like, I need to get a copy of it. So it went on Kickstarter and I backed it right away. It comes with a really cute little guidebook. I love the color scheme of this deck. It's very like muted neutral, not neutral, muted pastels and like in aqua tones. It's really cute. And so you have like typical like spreads and, you know, the little blurbs of the cards and stuff. It's a cute little guidebook. And the cards themselves, this is really pretty. So it's made to look like a fin, like the scales, right? Look at the colors. And then they are gilded in a holographic. So it's just really pretty. And then the cards themselves, they are glossy, but I feel like that kind of goes with the look of the deck. So it doesn't really bother me. Like gloss doesn't bug me too much, especially if the cards are like really pretty, like it just works. But so you have like the image of the mermaid, and then you'll have 1 or 2 words at the bottom as a keyword. So this one is withdrawn, happiness, awareness. And it's just really simple. And that's what I love about this deck. Impulse. It's just super simple. Like there's not a lot of artwork. It's just, you know, the image and you kind of get a feel of it. Mystery. And it's really, really pretty. Healing. Self-confidence. Nurturing. She's pregnant. Compassion. Curiosity. Let's see. We have some dolphins. Choices. It's just different. And I noticed with this deck, like, some of the keywords are ones that you don't see often in Oracle decks. Like sometimes you'll notice like some of the keywords are the same, but some of these are different. Look at, I love this one, transformation, and you have the Selkie, all the little seals. I love it when the decks, the Oracle of Mermaids also has a Selkie card, but I like it when they acknowledge the Selkies because those are mermaids too. Like just different cultures, you know, the stories, the myths around the mermaids. So yeah, so this one, it also has men in it too. Love. So it's a really simple deck, and it's really pretty, and it's like just simple digital art. And so I could really appreciate that. So I like this one. I think this one is cute. The fins, I have to talk about the fins because that's like my obsession. But the fins on this deck are very like Little Mermaid kind of fins. Like they're kind of like kind of boring, so to say, like just to be honest. So I think I'm just more prone, like I'm more like into the more vintage mermaid. I think that if that makes sense, like I'm sure there's gonna be someone who's gonna watch this video that's gonna love mermaids as much as me, and they're gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, so really, really sweet deck, and definitely I'm really happy to have this one in my collection. It's definitely one of a kind, and you don't see this one popping up on Instagram very often. So it's kind of nice. Like I like to own decks that people don't have, like that's not like super popular, because they're showstoppers when you post them on Instagram. Last but not least is the newest addition to my collection, and that is the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot. This deck has been around for a few years, and I am very surprised that I have never owned it. It has always been on my wish list, but I never went out of my way to buy the deck because I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know if it was because like my love for mermaids wasn't as strong anymore, or because I already own the Mermaid Tarot and, you know, some other mermaid decks. I just thought, oh, okay, I don't need another one in the collection. But there's supposedly, I think there's 3 editions of this deck. And this is the gold edition, I guess is how they call it. And it comes in this really pretty box. Absolutely gorgeous. It just like reminds me of a treasure chest. And supposedly, because I was watching a comparison video on YouTube, supposedly these cards, the images are meant to be more like lighter, I guess, because I'm assuming that the older decks are more harsh in their color scheme. I don't know. But this one's really pretty. So the card backs are just like boom, like in your face. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really pretty. And the thing that I love about this deck is that everything is hand drawn and it's just her artwork. So Dame Darcy has really pretty artwork. I love the way she draws. And the cardstock is thick, really, really thick. It's a chunky deck, but you know, some people were complaining, like in their YouTube videos, they were complaining that it's hard to shuffle. And I'm like, I just cut it in half and shuffle each half, and it's not that hard. I think like people make it a bigger deal than what it is. It's kind of funny. So yeah, so the thing about the Dame Darcy deck is you have mermaids, but you also have like sailors and you have pirates. And so you don't have just mermaids. It does follow Rider-Waite, so that's pretty cool. And it's just a funky deck. It's like you see someone's artwork, their whole like style of drawing, and it's just really pretty. The colors are definitely muted in this version compared to like the first edition, I think that it was being compared to. But I like muted color tones, so this deck is just really pretty, and it has a very like, it has like a very vintage, like just a really vintage hue, I guess you want to say, to it. I guess that's the way it was. Like, it reminds me of like an old treasure map. Like that's how these cards make me feel. So really, really pretty. And I just like the blend of, you have like sea life, you have mermen, you have mermaids, you have like some close-ups of them. You have like this moon card is beautiful. So you have the mermaid, and then you have like the tentacles of an octopus all surrounding her. Like this one, you have a sailor with the mermaid in his boat taking her away. 6 of Swords. I love that. I was like so in awe. Let me see if I could find it. Look at this Empress card. She is so beautiful. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. See, the only thing is, yes, the cardstock is thick, so it's kind of hard to like pull the cards apart. But there was one, I think it's the 4 of Wands, where the mermaids were getting married. It was really cute. Here's the King of Pentacles. So not all mermaids, like here's a sailor and a mermaid, 2 of Cups. I think that's so cute. The devil made me laugh. Like, look at his face. That is so funny. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to find it. Temperance. I love the way Temperance looks. Now, I love the way these, now let's talk about the mermaid tails. I really like the way these mermaid tails are drawn. I think they're different. So you have the fins. I love how the scales are like exaggerated. I love how you see like the fin is a different color and just the way that it looks. Here's another one. I love how this one, she actually draws another little fin on the side of the mermaid tail. I just think that that to me is like, oh, that's a mermaid tail. See how it looks? This is the Queen of Cups, so cute. See how the tail looks? I love that. It's different. It's just not, that's not like the usual mermaid tail Disney mermaid that you see, you know? Look at her little fins. I love this. Really perfect. That's a mermaid tail. So yeah, I totally appreciate that. Oh, this one, the 4 of Wands. It's the little sailor is marrying a mermaid. Isn't that so cute? Like when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so sweet. Super cute. I love this Five of Pentacles, even though it's a sad one, but like, I just like the way the mermaid tails look, and the color is really muted and they just look so cold and tired. So it's just a really cute deck, you guys. I'm very, very happy with it. I would love to own the first edition of this deck. I think it would be nice to see Dame Darcy's, like her original way that she had the cards come out, because I know that there was some major differences. But I really think that this is really pretty. It's beautiful. It was a very affordable deck. So I'm happy to have the Mermaid Tarot in my collection now. So just another one to add to the group. So you guys, that concludes the mermaid deck collection that I have. I know that there's another Mermaid Tarot out. It's kind of like a little juvenile though. I'll be honest, like when I was looking at reviews of it, it does look a little juvenile to me. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna go out of my way to add it to the collection. I know that there's an indie deck called the Siren Tarot or something like that. Tarot of the Sirens or something like, I don't know. But I've seen that one pop up on Instagram a couple times. And that one I am intrigued, because that one has the vintage mermaids that I'm talking about. And it is also a Marseille deck, if I'm not wrong about that. I think that's right. Like it's a Marseille with the pips. So I'm really, really interested in that one. I might actually go and like purchase that one later on. But other than that, I don't think that there's anything else mermaid related out there. But if there is, if I missed something, you guys let me know, because I would love to add it to my collection. Mermaids is just like a thing. It's a love. But I hope that this video inspired you guys. If you love mermaids, I hope it inspired you. Maybe you found or you heard of a deck you haven't heard of from my collection, and may it help you grow your own. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, or anything you would like to add, please, I welcome you to leave it below in the comments. I will talk to you guys soon in the next video. Bye, loves.